All right, so we're continuing with percents, and just like on thank you, our number one on our bell ringer, we are finding equivalent fractions. So they give you part of it, and they want you to find the missing quantity that goes in the blank. Here is a hint for time's sake. If the number in the fraction cannot go to the other number evenly, what should you do? Say that louder. You should simplify your fraction. So I'm giving you about 2 minutes to do this, and then we will go from there. All right, let's look at it. Can I do something to 8 to get to 12 evenly? 8 divided by 2 is 12? No. I need to simplify my fraction. What can I simplify by? So I get 3/4. Now can I go to 12 evenly?
Yes.
By? So 3 times 3? That's all you're doing. Can I do something to 40 to get to 16 evenly?
No.
Why did I start at the 40 and not at the 16? Every other class has been able to answer this. Because the 16 isn't a fraction yet. It doesn't have a top and a bottom. We always have to start with our complete fraction. So I'm starting with the 40. And no, I cannot do anything to get there evenly. So can I simplify my fraction? Yes. What can go into both 15 and 40? 5. And that gives me 3/8. Can I do something to 8 to get to 16? What? Times 2. So 3 times 2? Can I do something to 15 to get to 10 evenly? No. Can I simplify my whole fraction? By? 3, and that gives me 2/3. Nope, 2/5. Can I do something to 5 to get to 10 evenly? By 2. So 2 times 2? That's it. We have done equivalent ratios. We've done equivalent fractions, and we're going to do the same thing with percents. So you should be used to this by now. It should not be foreign knowledge. All right, let's look at the big picture. So we have talked about benchmark percents, and we know that all percents are out of 100. But does that mean that if I have 100% of something, that the group that I have has to have 100 pieces in it? No. For example, 100% of a pizza is how many pieces?
8.
About 8. Yes, on most pizzas it's 8 pieces. So in this case, the number of triangles I have is 6, and that is 100% of my triangles. Does that make sense? Okay, so using that information, if the picture shown is 100%, they want us to draw 50%. But before I can do that, I need to show my work of what 50% is. So what do you think I'm going to do to 6 equals 100% over there?
Divided by 2.
I'm going to make it a fraction. We've done that all morning so far, yes?
Yeah.
I have 6 triangles, and that is 100% of my group. My question wants to know what 50% is, and make sure you are putting them in the same place. If percent is at the bottom, they're both on the bottom. What do I do to get there? So what is 6 divided by 2? 3. So you should draw 3 triangles. Does that make sense? You have to show your work, even if you can do it in your head. I have to see how you got there. Got it? So I want you to finish number 1 and work on number 2, and then we will come back and discuss. If you finish before I call time, and so does your neighbor, you can compare answers. Go for it. Can 5 go into 6 evenly? No, but both can be divided by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 30 divided by 3 is... Can I do something to 10 to get to 100 evenly? What? So 2 times 10?
20.
So you should have drawn 20 triangles for 100%. Does Just that easy. I don't know why I'm getting so many blank faces. Number 2 says, if the rectangle shown represents 25% of the whole figure, so this is 25%, draw a rectangle that represents 50% of the whole figure. So first, let's start with what we know. How many rectangles do we have? And how much is it? 25%. And my question wants me to go to 50%. So what am I going to do? By. Not a hard question, guys. 1 times 2 is? So you should have drawn something like this. When it says a whole figure, it means that they are connected. You're making one shape out of them. Does that make sense? All right, then it says, draw a rectangle that represents 75% of the whole figure. Well, what was 25% of the figure? How many was 25%? 1 was 25%, and we're going to 75%. So what am I doing? By 3. So 1 times 3? Then I have, draw a rectangle that represents 100% of the whole figure. Well, my question is, if 1 was 25%, 2 was 50%, 3 was 75%, what is going to be 100%? 4. Make sense? Good, because I want you to do the same thing on 3 and 4 on the back of the page or on the next page. It is exactly the same kind of questions. You have 4 minutes. All right, let's look at this. I know that the figure shown is 75% of the whole figure. So what do I have in my figure right now? What is it showing? Right, but what is my figure showing me? 3 triangles for 75%, yes? And my question is asking me for 25%. So what am I going to do? Just tell me. Divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is? So you should have had 1 triangle. Then it says, draw 100% of the figure. Well, I just found out that 1 is 25%. Yes? So what am I going to do to get to 100%? By 4. So 1 times 4 is? So you should have had 4 triangles drawn. Yes? All right, number 4 says the figure represents 200%. So what do I have? Or how many do I have? I have 4 of them, and they represent 200%. And I need 100% for my question. What am I going to do? Divide by 2. I'm getting smaller, not bigger. 4 divided by 2? 2. So you should have had 2 hexagons drawn. And the last one, 25% of the figure. So the figure is 4 is 200, yes? Sorry. I'm trying to figure out how. I'm almost positive I've done it wrong in every other class except for this one. That's funny. How many 25s go into 200? So I'm dividing by 8, yes? So 4 divided by 8 would be? if I take these 4 and I divide them into pieces, what does each, now it's 8 pieces, what is each part of it? It is a half of a hexagon. So 0.5, a half, yes? So you should have just drawn a trapezoid. Make sense? Any questions? That one was a little harder. All right, we are skipping 2 pages and going to page 267. 287. 287. Math is not my thing today, apparently. All right, so Carla is in charge of designing a way to keep a running total of the money raised by her homeroom for the food bank project. As of today, her homeroom has raised $240, which is 60% of their goal. She decides to represent it on a double number line, and we have worked with these before, so it should not be any question as to what we are doing. The top number line represents the amount of money, and the bottom number line represents the percent of their goal. I want you to use that double number line to answer the questions 1, 2, and 3. Notice, number 1 is not asking me what is 10%. It is saying, how did she get that answer? How did she determine it? Got it? All right, this is individual. I want you to answer 1, 2, and 3, and I'm giving you about 2 minutes. Go for it. So looking at our number line, she started with 240 is 60%. They want to know, how did she determine how much 10% of that money was? What did she do?
She divided 60 and 240 by 6.
Exactly. She divided both of those numbers by 6 to make an equivalent ratio. Yes? What did she end up with for 10%? 40. And that is our interval we are using for number 2. It says if 240 is 60%, what is 100% of the goal? Well, if I know I'm counting by 40s, I can just continue counting by that number. So what is 100% of that goal? 400. Yes? So we determined, let's try that again, that 40 was the interval for the top number line. So we counted from 60% to 100% by 40s. And we got, was it 400?
Yeah.
Make sense? All right, so which way of reporting is more informative? Telling you how much money they've raised or what percent of the money they've raised?
Percent.
Why?
Because the amount of money raised will stay the same, but the percent will help you keep track of your progress better.
Exactly. If I walked in here and said, hey, we've raised $240, does that tell you if I've met my goal or not? But if I walked in and said, hey, we've raised 60% of our goal, does that tell you if we've met our goal or not? So the percent is more informative. It tells us that we have more to go. Make sense? All right, next page. We just did homeroom 6A on the double number line, and we found 400 was 100% of their goal. Yes? Now we're doing 6B, 6C, 6D, and 6E homerooms. And they give us a piece of information to fill out our double number lines. In this case, 6B tells us what?
60% of the goal is $140.
That 60% of their goal is $144. So I'm going to use that information to determine how to fill in the rest of my double number line to find 100%. As a table, I'm giving you, actually, no, we don't have time for that. I just want you to do homeroom 6B, and if you have time before alcohol time, try 6C. You may work as a table, but we're just looking at those two for right now. Got it? Okay. Come back. So I like the way Kamari said that obviously 0% means $0, right? So what am I going to do to find 10%? I'm going to divide both numbers by 6. So what is 144 divided by 6? 24. In the real world, it would be nice if we finished the rest of the number line, but is it necessary? No, because I know 10% times what would give me 100%? 10. So 24 times 10 is?
140.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, then I told you to do C. What does C tell us on our table? 360 is 100%. Again, obviously 0% is $0. What am I doing to 100% to get to 10%? So 360 divided by 10? 36. And what would I do to 10% to get to 60%? So 36 times 6? Pretty sure it's 216. Make sense? Good. You have Carnegie Learning for homework today. It is not in it yet, but it will be by the time you go to seminar, so you can work on it there. The tallest person at each table may return books. Everybody else is getting their things together quietly.